band, particularly one that's younger or up and coming, can be sort of a treacherous experience, from traveling in cars to vans that are carrying luggage behind them in a trailer, and then moving up to tour buses. It's still not this whimsical experience that is particularly comfortable, but when you become a bigger band on par with Slipknot, Metallica, and Iron Maiden, things get at least a little bit more comfortable. Slipknot performed their first full set in nearly 3 years with a riveting performance and a brand new stage set to match. The band last took the stage in November of 2016 at Knotfest, Japan, and the band has put together quite an amazing set list, running the gamut over their career. The group put forth a whopping 18 songs and opened with People Equals Shit, Sick, Get This, and Unsainted as the first 4 tracks. They continued with Disaster Piece, Before I Forget, The Heretic Anthem, Psychosocial, and The Devil and I. Rounding out the top 10 with Prosthetics, and then moving on to Vermilion, Custer, Sulfur, The Negative One, All Out Life, and Duality. And after exiting the stage for a few moments, the band returned for an encore with Spit It Out and, of course, Surfacing. And as you've come to expect from the band, Slipknot has spared no expense with their new stage design, which features vibrant LEDs even on the percussion kits. The set was also loaded with pyrotechnics and fire, which only underscores the heavy moments in Slipknot's songs during the show. And when Slipknot broadcasts live worldwide tomorrow from Rock Am Ring on their website, you can expect Corey's vocals to sound as raw and powerful as they did at this show last night. Corey's vocals were very intense. He sounded amazing live, for anybody who was worrying if he had lost a step during the Slipknot hiatus when he was performing with Stone Sour. And as we've seen over the years, Slipknot has grown exponentially, and they are now one of very few metal bands that has their own private jet. Of course, we don't know if they own the jet or if they've leased it, but the likelihood is the latter. But still, it's quite impressive nonetheless. Multiple members of Slipknot could be seen posing in front of the jet with their logo printed on the side, and it was also spotted by at least one fan at an airport. Whether you're buying the jet or just merely leasing it, this is not cheap. Now, apparently this isn't the first time Slipknot has been seen traveling in a private jet through Europe. While touring the Grey chapter, they did have a private jet. They were seen traveling in one, and it looked similar. It had the similar logo there on the side. So maybe they do have their own private jet. It looks like a similar plane, but the logo is placed in a different area. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, we alluded to it, they're not the first band to have their own private jet. In fact, they're far from it. Iron Maiden literally has their own private jet, and they fly their own private jet. If only Corey Taylor can get a pilot's license, they would be on par with that. We've seen tons of other artists, from U2 to the Stones, also have their own private jet as well. It's not exactly either about being flashy. It's also out of necessity. When you're going to a bunch of different countries in Europe, I can imagine that it's probably just easier to hit airport to airport than it is to drive complicated roadways and things of that nature. So anyways, don't forget tomorrow, Sunday, Slipknot is going to be live streaming on their website their entire Rock Am Ring performance. It's going to be pro shot. Be sure to check that out. It's a special experience anytime we can see a live performance of a metal band, especially at the caliber of Slipknot performing in real time. Anyways, that's all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking hard rock and heavy metal news. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you all very soon.